Okay. I got to send somebody a quick text message here. Hold on.
You got it.
So they're not. Only now. It's not working.
Yeah. Boy Fudge, a.k.a. Shawn P. Greene, a.k.a. Biscuit, a.k.a. Coffee, a.k.a. Too many AKAs. So anyways, listen, I got two people already lined up, ready to go on the show, and there they are. They're on standby. I'm kind of doing this on the fly here. Give me a second. But if you want to be on the Google Voice call, I encourage you to come on anytime. Let me just get on this. I'm not even prepared. I was doing a Facebook Live real quick before I did this. So give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
The phone number 716-253-1870, and we'll get you on the call eventually. And once again, you can go check out these podcasts right here on this webpage. And our live stream, I'll get you the new link. But if you're interested in being a part of it, I just invited a few people. We're going to talk about whatever. We don't have like a specific topic today. But you're more than welcome to be a part of the conversation. Right now we have 0 live viewers, but that's because they don't know what's happening yet. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, and we have people that always review this later. So turn this music down a little bit. I got a little rock and roll in there, you know what I mean? A little rock bed. Somebody else is on the line watching us now. Yay, 1 viewer. Anyways, once again, I'm Shawn Patrick Greene. This is the Shawn P. Greene Show. This is day 2 of returning to broadcasting, basically, after a long hiatus. Was in college, so basically all my time was taken up doing work for all my professors. And basically it was me teaching them everything that I know while they're exchanging that information with me, what they know. So so I have a long history of things, of experience. So it was kind of mutual relationship we had. So real quick, let's just get Jason. I know you are on audio only. So what I want to do is I want you to introduce yourself before I get to Scott. Scott, are you in a hurry?
No, I'm not in a hurry.
Okay.
I had to turn on my vehicle because my phone will die if it's not on.
I got you. No problem. It's not distracting. Can you hear me okay though? Hopefully okay. Jason Graham, POG, right? Are you on? What's up? How you doing? Listen, first of all, let me just introduce Jason real quickly. He is doing an event in Buffalo, and I know he's doing it by faith. I know how this works. When you have an image of what God's given you to do something, you just do it. He is doing an event called Reaching the Unreached Fest, and that's going to be in July, right?
Yes.
This summer. And he just passed, this past month, he did like a fundraiser. I unfortunately was out of town, so I couldn't really be a part of that. But I did want you to get into that a little bit. Introduce yourself first. We'll get back to you about your event, but explain a little bit about yourself real quick.
Okay, so my name is Jason Graham. I'm currently a college student too at Villa Marie College.
Very cool.
Studying business and psychology.
Nice.
And I'm the founder and CEO of Reaching the Unreached Fest. Things of that nature, love God, ministry, school, stuff like that.
Cool. So you are an artist yourself, and you've been an artist for about how long?
About, I'm gonna say like 5 years.
Excellent. And you're pretty young too, aren't you?
21. Yep.
21, yeah. So you're up and coming right now. So that's exciting to see fresh blood in the industry of specifically Christian hip hop. right?
Yes,
You want
sir.
to just call it that? All right. Everybody has a different word for it.
Mhm.
Back in the
Gospel rap.
day, when I grew up, it was gospel rap. Michael Peace, from Rochester now, originally from Queens, New York, represented that gospel rap genre in the 80s and early 90s before cross movement kind of exploded. They were kind of like the Wu-Tang Clan of the Christian world, if you will. So pretty exciting to see what's transpired since then. So, and we can get into that in a little bit, and who your special guest will be. We'll come to that in a second. But let's get to Scott Galbraith.
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Galbraith. People always, I've had it. It's been Galbraith, Galbraith. It's Galbraith.
I mean, as long as we just say G, we're okay.
That's fine. You could always call me by my magician stage name, the Great Scott.
Great Scott, that's right. And you did interview me as Great Scott too, right? On
Yeah,
your
I
show.
do a round table from time to time, not on a consistent basis, but you were on the second director's round table that I did.
And what an honor that was. An
Say
exciting
again?
moment. The two brothers that were on the show with me at the time, that was a great interview. Appreciate that.
Yes, it was.
So, Scott, a little bit about yourself. What is your official titles?
Oh, man. Well, let's put it this way. If you want it all summed up in one sentence, I'm a guy who loves the Lord and basically lives and breathes entertainment. As a matter of fact, as I'm talking to you here, I am actually sitting in a Home Depot parking lot where I was just doing a singing telegram for a guy's anniversary dressed as a Pinkerella.
Nice.
That's crazy.
I do singing telegrams. I've been a professional magician for over 20 years. I started doing magic and sleight of hand when I was 6. Today I have one screenwriting credit as the reconciler. I have a short film coming out this year called Lucifer and the Father, which I actually entered into your festival. Did you get that, by the way?
You know, I haven't checked any of the new submissions,
Okay.
but I will look at that later today.
It's on I don't want to. I'm not trying to brag. I'm a bit of a Renaissance man, and I'm probably the senior member here. I just turned 44 at the beginning of the month.
Nope, I got you by nearly 7 years.
Oh, well, you did say that you were in college, so I figured you were younger.
Yeah, no, I'm just an old man that decided to go to college at age 47.
Wow.
So I graduated at 50. That was my goal. I said, if I can't graduate by 50, I mean, what value do I have, really? That's kind of what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out that our last names all have G's in it. So this is
Nice.
the G podcast. How you like that?
Yeah, nice.
We're all G's here. What's up, G?
Yeah. Well, the round table that you did with the Justice Brothers was kind of confusing because they're identical twins, and one of them is named Shawn. So we had two guys with the same first name and two guys with the same face.
That was a little confusing.
That was a very interesting round table we did.
Which is why, and let me explain this real quick. The Fudge nickname came from working at Walmart distribution in Florida, in a warehouse, throwing boxes, 5,000 a day, working next to another guy named Shawn, and it was confusing when people were calling us out. So somehow I found a little thing on one of the boxes of Matt's descriptions. One was forest, one was fuchsia, one was fudge. I ripped a little name tag off it. I put it on my name badge, and everybody called me Fudge from that point on. So that's how I got the name. Silly, but it was effective. It worked. So people call me Fudge instead of Shawn, and the rest is history. But at any rate, I don't have a topic,
right?
But I do have a conversation piece that I just felt like, you know what, this could be, an interesting word, because a couple of years ago, I don't know if you remember, we had a lot of storms here in Buffalo. Scott, you're not from Buffalo. You're in...
I'm in the Massachusetts area. I'm currently in Attleboro, Massachusetts, but I live in Rockland, Massachusetts.
But you do have a little experience with snow this year.
Yeah, you could say that. I have a nickname for it right now. It's the bane of my existence. I haven't done a magician birthday party since we had our big blizzard.
Right. And Jason, you're from here in Buffalo, so we know that you kind of got an idea of what's happening here.
Yep.
So 2014, which is 7 years ago, right? If my math is correct. November 2014, we had a big, huge storm. We had in one day, day and a half, 8 foot of snow dropped on us, 15-foot snow drifts in some places. And I noticed that some of the stores weren't getting food, so they were jacking prices up. I noticed our $4 bacon was $9. Okay, so they're ripping us off for bacon, and the milk was wiped out. I have videos on my YouTube to get a chance to check it out. But I'm noticing today, going to the grocery store, the bacon is $13 for that same bacon that was $4 7 years ago. Crazy, supply
Inflation
chain.
at its finest.
Is it inflation? Is it supply chain? Is it weather? I mean, what is the ultimate? I mean, give me your opinions. Anything. Go ahead, Scott. What do you think?
Man, I don't even have an opinion, to be honest with you. Could be just about anything. You're asking the wrong guy, Shawn, because I have never been what has been known as a bargain shopper. My philosophy has been, I see something I want, if I decide I can afford it, I buy it. That's basically it. So I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't pay much attention to a lot of that stuff, like supply chain or how people jack up prices.
Okay, Jason, we just lost you for a second there. What do you think? What do you think about the economy, all this, the quality of pricing, and what do you think right now?
I mean, I think I'm not really sure. I'm not really knowledgeable on all of the things, but definitely I think it's a little weird with all the prices and how everything goes up, then it goes down. It's a little weird.
Yeah, but I do think that we are kind of like fending for ourselves to survive financially. I feel like my $75 food budget last January is now $150, and they say maybe it's like 11% increase. It feels like 50% increase. So we're feeling the strain of this economy right now. So I don't want to put it on a sad note right away, but so Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let me just get to Jason real quick again. I'll come back to you, Scott. Jason, tell me more about your event and who do you have planned to come on?
So right now, as of today, is the event day, July 15th through the 17th. We're working on a location and working with partnering with people, see what we can do. It's probably gonna be an outside event. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. So right now we got a headliner, AI Denominally. She's from Buffalo. I don't know. Most people probably know her. We got a couple artists from we got Outport East, Z, and another person named Cavi Morse. We just getting the artists slowly, and a couple local ones too. No, I wanted to get Constant Battle in there, but he on tour right now. So
yeah, Constant Battle, who was my co-host for 4 seasons of a podcast, audio only podcast that we called The Shout Out, and it was Buffalo Shout Out. If you go to all the information on the social media, you'll see some of those programs or some of the pictures, but it was mostly just, I think we lost Scott again. Give me a second here. Okay. So Constant Battle, Christian rapper from Buffalo, New York. He and Maine is another guy. And Ghetto Gospel, Israel Ghetto Gospel. Them three kind of go on tour together in different cities in the Northeast, mostly, sometimes in the South. He was my co-host 4 years. We had a great show. We had a lot of fun guests coming on. Most of them were from his friendships. He just brought them on and we invited them. We just we said, hey, let's. There's Scott. How you doing, buddy?
Sorry about that. I couldn't hear anything Jason was saying. It was all coming in crackly and staticky. I didn't know if the connect. I left the room and then came back in thinking that it was on my end, and I guess it was because I can hear you guys now. Fine now.
Okay.
All right, no worries. You're good. So we're just recapping. Some of the artists that Jason is going to be bringing on board, and that's July 15th, 16th, 17th.
Yes.
So that's going to be
as of today.
As of today. And that's going to be in Buffalo, and we don't know exactly the location yet. We're looking for that idea, but you said possibly doing something outside.
Yes, probably be at either a park or a stadium.
Okay. Hey, it'd be cool if we can do it at the Salem Field. That'd be pretty fun. That's the baseball stadium the Buffalo Bisons play at downtown. That would be kind of fun. And you're raising money too, so let's see if I can put a little. I'm gonna type it in. So go ahead, give me the web address.
So it's www.reachingtheunreachedfest/donate. Hold up, I think it's /donate. No, I can't exit. They could just put reachingtheunreachedfest.com. They see the donate tab.
Okay, so I think I got this. Reachingtheunreachedfest.com. Okay, so if you're watching this, it's scrolling on the bottom. If you're watching this on YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, scrolling on the bottom. We might repost this on Facebook so you can watch it. Generally, this is like a 1 hour program, so we're not trying to dominate. I'm gonna mute your mic, Jason, for a second. See if that's affecting it. Okay, that's not it. Let's see Scott's. Yep, it's on Scott's end. I think it's because you're on speaker, but that's okay. No worries. That sounds like Captain Crunch is in my mouth while I'm talking. So anyways, the premise of this show really is open. It's not meant for not meant to be a specific topic every day. We have different guests that we're planning on bringing on every day and talk about various things. So right now, I think entertainment is kind of like the theme here. And, I'm wearing my shirt. It's an old school 2016 Great Lakes Christian Film Festival. And that one is our 8th year coming up this summer. Scott has also been submitted to our festival. This will be his second time. And it's kind of cool that we have that kind of participation by people recurring. Like every year, we'll also have a nominee for Alumni Award, people who have submitted in the past and submitting for this year. And so we try to bring those people in. So, Scott, let me ask you this question. Do you think that you'll be attending this summer? I know you're frozen right now. I don't know what happened. So we'll get back to Scott in a second. Jason, who else is on your bucket list for this event?
So headliners, I want to say Zanti. I should. I think we're gonna get him, and then it's gonna be one other artist headliner that's gonna be undecided. We're just trying to raise the money first to first decide then who will be the third one.
Zanti is awesome. He's down in Tampa. I actually met him also up here because he was at Kingdom Bound a couple years ago, and Zanti's just a very him and his father. His father was there with him. They were great. I
just emailed him yesterday.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a very good manager of his son. Very supportive.
Love their story.
Say again?
I love their story with adopting the kids and stuff.
Right. Oh, see, I don't know the full story. That'd be interesting to get him on here maybe someday and maybe express that. I do intend to get Anomaly on this show as well someday. You know, she when I first, let me just tell you this story. Before I got back to Buffalo, which is my hometown where I was born and raised, I came back in 2010. By that time, I already established myself as like a radio promoter, radio personality, um, specifically for like the Christian hip hop world. But there was a lot of Christian rock groups in Florida that I did some promotion and booking and all that stuff throughout the state. I booked, like artists like Raw Servant, who's a Christian hip hop artist up in, up in Michigan, Ohio, and stuff like that for concerts. My brother, his name is Legacy back then, Brandon. He goes by Leo Greene now. He was also somebody I promoted on radio and pushed him as much as I could. There he is. There's Jason. So, anyways, coming back to Buffalo, I was searching for who in Buffalo is doing Christian hip hop, because outside of this market, there was really no word about anybody. And I've been to the Bronx during Rap Fest. I've been to Tampa Bay with Flavor Fest, up and down the East Coast, observing other events like in Atlanta they had Holy Hip Hop Awards, Kingdom Choice Awards, I mean. And I was part of the One Accord DJ Alliance. Matter of fact, I was a founder. And so all of our DJs were always talking about what's going on in their cities. We didn't have anybody that was in Buffalo reporting about what's going on in Buffalo. I just felt compelled, hey, I got to move back here. I got here. First person that I was, I really bonded with was Kulu, Stephen Kulu. Him and Henry T were kind of like the two guys that were pushing Christian hip hop genre in Western New York.
Yeah, that's how I started performing with DJ Henry.
Henry T, yep. Henry T is always seeking for new talent. I love what he does. So DJ Henry T, he DJ'd one of my events. Kulu performed at one of my events. The event I had was called Fifth Fridays at the Bread of Life Church in South Buffalo. I know Scott's kind of probably getting bored of this portion. We'll get back to him in a second, but Christian hip hop was alive in Buffalo, but it wasn't promoted outside of this market. So kind of my goal was to find out who's doing what and try to encourage people to do something outside of the area. I know they did a couple small gigs here and there, some of them, but most of them were kind of like just really big in this market. So Kulu played a mixtape of some of the local people, and right away, one of the people that stood out for me was Zadok. Zadok, the God Hop MC. He was well-established hip-hop artist. He was a hustler in the streets. He's a real cat. He was the one that stood out to me amongst all the other MCs. And rightfully so. He's very real talented. Right now, he is part of the Hog Mob out in West Coast, and so I'm excited for him. So, anyways, basically, within 5 years of me being here, I was just all about bringing Christian hip hop artists in the town, having our local people be a part of that, so they can build a network with each other, and it worked. It just got Zadok just kind of like, yo, man, I got to do more. He's a hustler. That's his mentality. So he knew he had to do more, and he did more. He just blew up. And he was also trying to bring up other artists from the area. And now he's big time in the CHH world. And amongst them also was AI the Anomaly, or Itina Fareed.
Got her for money.
That girl is amazing, super talented. Now she's big with God Over Money, and the rest is history. So we got two big artists now from Buffalo out there. That was my goal in the first place, was to find out how that can happen. And to be honest, the first thing that I noticed, it was the quality of product. And Scott, you can also relate to this when it comes to filmmaking. Quality of product is so important as an artist, as a producer, as a filmmaker, as a musician. Quality of product and presentation is everything. So when you come up with something that just doesn't sound right, the recording is not great, or maybe the recording is great, but the the quality of the back then CDs were still relevant.
Yeah.
The presentation of your cover, or even whatever graphic you have for your Spotify, that was important too. And when people were handing me mixtapes, or whatever, their demo tapes that were written on with Sharpie marker on a white label CD with a jewel case, no nothing presentation whatsoever. I'm looking at it like, okay, why would I want to listen to it? What's going to compel me or draw me into listening to that? So, of course, back then, that's my background. I'm more promoting hard copy music. Nowadays, it's a lot different. So my world is very different because of that.
Everything stream.
It is. It's all streaming, but you still got to market yourself either way as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
But I transitioned from music promotions to filmmaking. So that was kind of like, I kind of stepped away from music mostly because of, I felt like it was time to start promoting myself. Just on me,
Definitely.
it's just now the brand of me has to come out. And I did that sort of with Fudge, and a nickname and promotions and all that personality, but that wasn't me, Shawn Patrick Greene, the actor, the artist, the producer, the director. That wasn't me. So here I am doing Christian film. But yes, I'm still involved and I still listen to music. I'm just not up on it as I used to be. So I'm glad that you're doing this. I have made a plan and have talked to people about rebooting Fifth Friday's concept, where we do a quarterly hip hop event. Could be regional.
That'd be dope.
We did it at my church, at Bread of Life Church in South Buffalo, for 2011 till 2016, something like that. And I just knew I was going to go to school, so I had to cut down on some things. So here I am, and hopefully I'm as good of a filmmaker as Scott can be.
Well, I'm not a filmmaker. That's one thing, to be honest with you, a lot of people get wrong. I've never directed a film, have no desire to. I'm a writer. I'm a writer and an actor.
So maybe I should get help from you, because I am writing scripts right now. And one is a film, like a feature film, and one is a series. So one's real. It's a real life story. That's the film, the feature, and then the series is going to be more comical. So it's gonna be fun. So Jason, I might even have you involved in it somehow, whatever we can. So
sorry I keep popping in and out here, guys, and missing a lot of what you're saying, but I don't know if I'm in the best area.
It's okay.
Basically what's happening is I'm connecting to the podcast, and then within 5 minutes everybody starts to get staticky and echoey, and I can't hear anything.
It's okay. But you will be able to watch this later.
And there it goes again.
It's like snap, crackle,
technology.
Pop. Yeah. It's okay. You know what? One of these days we can do like a recorded version, and we'll have you as
What?
We'll have you at home later on.
Yeah.
Where you have no Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Hey, John, I appreciate the spontaneous.
We'll talk later, Scott. No problem, brother. Cool. All right. So Scott Galbraith. I always butchered the last name. So filmmaker out of New England, basically, and he's got another film that I have to watch later. So we get about 150 submissions, maybe 200 from around the world, basically, for this film festival. and we've opened it up to different types of categories little by little. One of the things we will be implementing will be the music side of things. So go ahead, Scott. What's up?
Let me try that again.
All right.
Shawn, I appreciate you spontaneously inviting me to this podcast, but the fact that my phone keeps on dropping it, I'm not sure I can stick around. So
Yeah.
because it's a little bit tedious to have to keep re-entering. I knew that this was a gamble. I didn't know if I'd be in an area where there'd be Wi-Fi or whatever. So I don't want people to think I'm like exiting out of here or anything because I don't want to be. I want to be here. Technology is just not allowing me to, unfortunately, right now.
See.
No worries, no worries. You know
Jason,
what?
it was nice to meet you, and Shawn,
Yes,
if you ever
sir.
want to do this again, please let me know.
We'll hope to see you
Nice to
this
meet you, my
summer. I'm gonna
brother.
be, yeah, we'll hope to see you, Scott, in the summer, and we were reviewing that soon, your film. So,
Thank you very much.
yeah, buddy, we'll talk later.
All right, bye-bye.
God bless.
All right, cool. So, again, we have a lot of submissions, but we are going to be expanding to the music side, meaning that some of our workshops will be music orientated, and some of it will have maybe a couple record labels or managements, stuff like that, come in, do like some showcasing, if you will. That's the idea, is to bring people who can help further talent, not just people who are fans. And let me be frank about this. In the Christian hip hop world, in my experience, and we're talking about 25 years now, most of your fans of Christian hip hop artists are artists.
Yeah.
Most of them are, or aspiring artists. Like, yo, that's a sick flow. I want to, they're doing it at their studio. They're trying to get up themselves. That's who your fan base usually begins at, is the MCs. Eventually, when a DJ gets something that's hot, the DJs are the ones that can get your music out in the places that you can never get to. Also, anybody who's a management-based minded person can also get you in venues that maybe a DJ will never get you into. So it works hand in hand there. So a good artist will surround themselves with people who can get management, a DJ, or promotions team, if you will, that could get you in places that you personally can never get into on your own.
Yeah.
So that's important. But that's kind of the concept of adding music element to the film festival. And so that's going to be the next phase. If this year I can't see myself doing too much with it, but I will be implementing maybe a workshop specifically on music industry. So I'd like to have you be a part of that somehow. We did have, for the first time, a casting call at the Aurora Theater, which is 650-seater theater in East Aurora. And it wasn't packed. It was just full of a few people that are, 3 people that were like, almost like America's Got Talent kind of vibe. But it was for specifically doing a monologue for an actor or actress. And they got critiqued, and that was kind of fun. So it was
That's
a
dope.
couple dozen people, doing just that. We have that on film. So we're going to be releasing some edited videos of some of the things we've done over the years. So we're going to do that with music as well. One of the things that down in Orlando, the International Christian Film Festival did like a private session in a room where a singer, songwriter, or a rapper came and did a performance in front of 2 people that are influential in music. One's really on the worship side of music, Christian music. The other was Christian hip hop label executive. So that was like
that KB?
No, that was a it's from Reflections Music Group. Doc Watson, he was there. So I got to sit in on it as well. I was watching all the performances, but it's a very small room. just a few people that just kind of observed, but most people were singing, or performing, and it was great. I mean, you get to see different kinds of talent, from somebody that will sing "Let It Go" type music from Disney,
Hmm.
to full blown rapping, So it was great. I loved it. Loved the option to see different styles of music. Very eclectic that way. So, International Christian Film Festival is another great, probably the biggest in the world right now for Christian media in general to be a part of,
Mm.
and they're also expanding their music side of things even more. So, if you're interested in doing that, I would recommend it. They're going to do their event. I think it's in May, so it won't conflict with yours. So something to think about if you're willing to travel.
Oh no, and May we supposed to be going to Syracuse for their to be a vendor there for their you ever heard what is it? It's a convention. It's a Assemblies of God youth convention.
You know what? I saw you posting that, and I did look it up, and I liked it. So yeah, that's a pretty cool. Are you a part of Assembly, by the way?
I used to attend. I used to be a member at Expressways Assemblies of God.
Where's that
Well,
at?
that's on Acre Road.
Okay, yeah. What's the name of it again?
Expressway Assemblies of God.
Yeah, yeah,
Easy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They should do
Yeah.
a lot of events there.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I think Seven was there with his crew one day.
Yep,
Were
that's
you at that
the.
event? You
Yeah,
were
that's
there?
one. That's one of the first events I ever went to it in Christian hip hop. That's how I got introduced.
Oh wow, that's great. And that's also another Zadok event.
Man, he don't perform no more though.
Yep, him and Fonz Carter, I think, performed towards the end at that
I
event.
don't remember him. I know Seven Bizzle, and I think it was Dayton too.
Yep,
Yeah, because
yep.
I
But
got one of the CDs.
Zadok and Fonz were also there. They were performing at the end, I think.
King Shad was there too. That's how I
Yep.
met him that day.
Yeah, he just went by Shoddy Swag before at that time,
Yeah.
but he's DJ King Shad now.
No.
He's big time. That's my man. So we have. I mean, listen, Buffalo has got talent. Okay.
Facts.
And I'm excited that people from this town are getting their name out there more. And right now, everybody should be riding the coattails of Zadok and Anomaly because, I mean, they got to ride those coattails, man, because them two are doing major things. And I think AI just did the Super Bowl gospel event with Lecrae and all the girls, ladies.
Yeah, she the only voice rapper that I liked it other than I kind of like the 1K Pew. He was all right.
Yeah.
And Wade,
formerly known as Future. I forgot. I didn't realize that, but Future was his first Christian rap name. 1K Few, and then Wande was pretty good. I mean, she seems to be getting better, but she got the new flow. She's not like old school. Like Anomaly's got more old school flow. You know what I mean? But yeah, Wande is a lot newer in style. But I think I'm hearing more and more of Anomaly switching up some new flow lately too. But I'm telling you, AI has been just, she blew me away the first time I heard her. She was this shy little young lady, and I think it was Zadok. This was an event that Pastor Curtis did at what's that? The Spirit of Truth? No, not Spirit of Truth. Sword of the Spirit. Yeah, so Sword of the Spirit. Pastor Curtis was youth pastor. Zadok was hosting one event. And I think I was hosting the event. He was a featured performer, and I forgot how it went, but I hosted it. K Drama was there. He was hosting an open mic, and he brought Anomaly up there. So that's what it was. We were kind of like just kind of getting everybody locally encouraged. Like, listen, get on stage, get up here. You got talent, do something with it. So Zadok was trying to push everybody that he knew. And every chance I got, I was like, okay, I love it. Keep doing it. Don't stop. Let's do something with it. Do you have anything recorded? Do you have, so I would put music out to all the DJs. You know, people were starting to listen to it and all that. But man, they did it on their own, man. They, you know, AI and her husband, Mr. Cook, is just a great. Josh Cook is just a great man. He has been a fan of Christian hip hop forever. So he did a lot to encourage his wife. He was always bringing the latest music to his church. Pastor Steve Foreman is the pastor there.
Cool pastor, yeah.
He's awesome. I love him. He's loud too.
For real.
Sometimes he's too loud. He shakes my core. Like
it's a good word though.
He don't need a mic. Oh yeah. He puts it straight forward. That's for sure.
Mm.
Pastor Steve Foreman. And Pastor Steve Foreman, in his own right, is a big person right now in Western New York. Big chef. I mean, he's doing the Pagulas, Delaware North, doing all the Sabres games. He's a cook, but he's a master chef at all these great restaurants that Delaware North runs. So
I'll try some of his food soon.
Oh my goodness! You know what? Cool. He used to have all these men's breakfasts, and he would always cook. Like he would throw down the best. Like it's like a gourmet breakfast, but he had French toast, eggs, everything. We had this men's breakfast on Saturdays. Man, it was just I missed those times. Those were good fellowships. It's like small little group.
Yeah, I heard about them.
Little conversation, and then he would went to it with all his anger against sin. You know.
Matter of fact, I think I went to one.
Did you?
Yeah, I went with my godfather, brother Marvin.
Cool.
I was young though. I was like probably 12, 13.
Wow. You know what? I mean, I might have. You say you're 21 now, right?
Yep.
So we're talking like 9 years ago almost.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Jeez. So I might have seen you there. I'm sure you were a little shorter back then.
Yeah. A little bit. That's about half of my height right now, probably.
Yeah. How tall are you now? I don't think I've ever seen you.
About 6'3".
Yikes! So you're like Josh Allen size.
Yeah.
How about that? You should be out there in the field, man.
Yes. I'm in the business, music.
I gotcha. So is Cole Beasley, isn't he?
Who's that?
He's he's a slot running back for the Bills.
Yeah, I don't really get into football like that. I mean, I support the Bills, but
yeah. Well, Cole Beasley, he wears number 11 on our team, and he's a slot receiver. Gets a lot of he gets a lot of touchdowns. Let's see. Scott says he can't hear us. Huh.
Yeah, that was from earlier.
Yeah, about 20 minutes ago. So, anyways, anything you want to talk about? Because the floor's open. I know we're talking about Buffalo hip hop. We're talking about your event. Is there anything specific that it's on your heart lately you want to talk about?
We mostly got into it, but yeah, the reason for this festival, people. I mean, it's probably a lot of people that know about Christian hip hop, but it's not enforced, I guess, if you want to say. Like our youth is not really kind of listening to or whatever. So just want to encourage them to listen to it more and rock out with it. So that's why I'm gonna cut a little bit of the performers from out of the state or whatever, and try to get people that's from Buffalo and Syracuse. So I'm probably gonna cut like 4 people, unfortunately, because I want to save money. You could get somebody from out of town when you got somebody in your city that got talent.
I got you. Well, I mean, your focus is reaching the unreached, but you're also looking to spotlight local talent. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, so name some people, not necessarily going to be at this event, but just name local people that you liked over the years and who's influenced you. And we talked maybe a little bit about some of them, but Who influenced you to do what you do?
So in the city, like AI, Zadok, King Shad, Constant Battle, just them four, pretty much. Just because they want to see the youth, uh, and that's I grew up listening to them along with Seven and Bizzle and all that. A lot of the older type of rappers. That's what I grew up listening to. I even grew up listening to what is his name? The Puerto Rican dude, T-Bone. So yeah.
I think he's Mexican originally. Yeah, so T-Bone, and he was somebody that influenced my brother too. My brother is 42, I think now, getting close to that. But when he was up and coming, I mean, we're talking like just started. He and I both worked at the same AM radio station in Brooksville, Florida, which is north of Tampa, about 50 miles. But he's the one that got in there first. While he was there, he was discovering production. Like he found radio production, like they do commercials, they do all kinds of stuff. But he was like, oh, wow, I could do all kinds of stuff with this thing. He's like, because he worked more of the weekends. And while he was there, he was producing music in between like commercials or shows that he had to set up and all that. He was in the little recording booth producing. And at first he wasn't doing it as a Christian. He was doing it as a young, I don't know, teen something, playing games, with his friends, making weird mixtapes and, comedy type stuff. But they weren't like Christian content. Let's put it that way. So within a year of working there, he started going back to church. He got himself right, and it was an Assembly of God church. Then he started recording content that was, Christ-like. So he got his start at an AM station using their equipment. And we're talking about the 5.5 or 3.5 inch floppy disks, the hard disk. We're talking old school, recording devices, 4-track recorders even, that he had in his house. He was inspired to do that kind of music. But T-Bone was one of the first artists that inspired him to do it. He just liked his vibe. I liked it. Me personally, I was into techno. I don't know why, but I like electronic music even back then. Plus, I was also in early '90s into the grunge sound of rock. So, hip hop was still in my repertoire, but it was the early hip hop, Run DMC stuff. The early Def Jam, all that stuff from the '80s. So that was all my background in hip hop, and then rock, and then techno. So I was like into everything. And then it's almost like a year later, after my brother got back into church, that I got back into church, and I started working in the sound booth. And I just stayed in media. I played drums for the church, did all kinds of stuff like that too. So I was plugged in. T-Bone wasn't really my favorite. I liked it. I liked West Coast, but I didn't really vibe with T-Bone as much. Grits, on the other hand, I really liked Grits. And they're the guys from Nashville, I believe, originally. I know you ever hear Grits? You've heard Grits music?
I heard her name before. I never really heard the music before though.
Yeah, two guys, Grits. You probably heard the song "Ooh Ah" on something. That's a Grit song.
Probably had to look it up.
That's probably their biggest track of all time. So, anyways, 4th Avenue Jones was another West Coast group. They were like a super mega group. They were awesome. They kind of had a Wu-Tang vibe almost, but they were soulful. They had a lot of vocals. They had a violinist. They were awesome. I like that, I like live drums. Not that I don't like beats, because I do. But I like live drums, and when you go to a concert, I like hip hop and I like beats, but I like to hear a live drum too.
Yeah,
So
we might have a drummer too. Well, we just gotta,
beautiful. Now,
go.
one thing I liked about when Lecrae came to, I don't know if you were there, but Kingdom Bound, maybe about 6 years, 7 years ago, Lecrae was in town. It's the first time they had Christian hip hop featured on the main stage at night ever. That was the first time ever. DJ P Dog's my dude from, he's in Durham, uh, North Carolina. He's the DJ. Um, Cannon was his backup vocals, like his hype man. And then the drummer, who I don't know why I forgot the drummer's name, but the drummer, it was a live drummer with the DJ playing the beats and the two MCs. And it was to me, that was like the most wildest fun concert I've been to. It was like the minimal.
Bring the hype out.
It was very minimal, and yet it was full. It was live, and I believe the full live drums brings that out. So I loved it. Really excited. I'm Toby Mac. Don't get me wrong. He's also got a great live show at Kingdom Mountain.
You ever heard of Angie Rose?
Oh yeah, down in the Bronx. She's awesome. I seen her at one of the Kingdom Choice Awards. She's really dope MC, female MC. I mean, listen, if you're in New York and you're an MC, you got to be dope. You have to be, because that is lyricist city, of anywhere in the world. And they are in their box, man. They know each other, and they all think they're the sickest of everybody, and rightfully so, because they are beasts down there. So you got to come hard if you go to New York City. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I did at the Kingdom Choice Awards in 2013. I did we did a DJ competition, 8 DJs, and we did our championship there live, and I hosted that. And listen, white dude coming into Christian hip hop, doesn't matter if it's Christian, coming into Brooklyn, trying to be a host of a Christian hip hop type of event. Half these people didn't know me. A crowd over it, and I didn't do well because I actually played more of a heel than anything. But that's just me. That's my vibe. That's what I do. I don't do things for the fame. I do it for entertainment purposes. You know what I mean? So, but we had DJ Tony Tone, who is now on Hot 97.
Yeah, heard of him. Versus
DJ Psalm 51 from Orlando, who is also originally from the Bronx. Went head to head, and Orlando won. So I made the comment at the end that DJ 51 beat Tony Tone in his own house, and everybody booed me. So I was like, whatever. I had fun though. I enjoyed it, but never again. I don't think they'll invite me back, just because they'll invite me to come watch. They won't allow me to participate unless I prove to them that I'm mature. So, that's very difficult to do, even at 50.
Yeah, see.
So, anyways, back to you. Let's get more. I want to know more about you. We bet say about maybe 15 more minutes. I want you to kind of talk a little bit about your background, whatever you're willing to reveal, and how you use that in your music.
Well, so I got saved about when I was 15 and a half. So yeah, I got saved. Then I used to, roaming in the streets, trying to being influenced by the things of the world and the things that you see, the street violence and killings, and just so that's what really pushes me to reach our youth in the city of Buffalo and New York State and all of that, the gang violence, the violence period. I got a big thing for that, because that got to stop. And I don't think it don't matter what race it is, because violence is everywhere. So yeah, I got saved when I was 15. You know, I got baptized in the Holy Spirit at a blaze. I believe that was 2016. That was one of my
Hmm.
that was a great event. I think it
Yeah,
was a conference.
Pastor Curtis, man, he's really. I mean, he really has presentation. He does a really good job, and I love when he does his events. He's been doing this for a long time, so that's Ablaze is the event that he puts off that you mentioned.
Hmm.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, so yeah, got saved. I mean, got baptized with the Holy Spirit to 2016 and baptized with water. 2016. Started rapping about 2016 when I was 16 and 17. You know, going to different shows with DJ Henry and I've probably been about 5 shows. I want to say there's one on now. I think it was called it was Fest something like I can't really remember the name of it.
They
You
have
you probably know.
um yeah. I know Henry did a couple things. Uh, wow, it's been a while. It's been so long that I've been involved
Yeah.
in that whole. I think 2016 is when I kind of jumped out, just because I was busy with acting and stuff at that time.
Mm.
So, but yeah, so Henry T's event is when you got more involved in one of his events, really.
Yeah, that's when I really started getting involved with Christian hip hop. And my name PLG, the MC for Christ, comes from a group I created called we was called the Princes of God, and we performed at our church or whatever. Did a little rap. It was like 5 of us all created. It was like a 2 minute song. Now
Hmm.
that was really dope. It was still a youth group called City Kids, run by my mom and myself.
Oh, that's
So yeah,
cool. Now,
that's really dope.
is your mom real involved in your music?
Yeah, she definitely a supporter. Yep.
Very cool.
She got one of my songs as a ringtone.
That's nice. That's support right
Yeah.
there. Reminds me of me and my brother. I got
And I,
my neighbor calling me. I'll get to him in a second.
I got I
Um,
got
Go ahead.
I said I'll mention I know if you heard the song "Adopted by Grace." Have you heard that song by me?
I did. That was one of your songs.
Yeah, I think that's one of my
First
best
one.
songs, whatever.
Yeah. I
But
did. I did hear that one. Yep.
yeah, I was gonna drop an album a month ago, but I have to like now I'm in the mindset of if I'm gonna drop something, first I gotta be professional and I gotta have a music video for them to be engaged, something like a lyric video, stuff like that, and I gotta get it promoted. So I'm waiting a little bit, and they gonna be surprised with the new stuff I got coming. 'Cause new artists, I got even got a song with Five. You know Five who Five is?
Five from here.
Well, 5
Mm-mm.
He from Texas.
Oh yeah, five
Yeah,
down in Houston. Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah. I got a song with him called "Saved by Grace." It's not a no Saved by LA. It's not out yet, but working on that too.
Very cool. Yeah, he's an excellent artist. I always liked when he put out his stuff.
Yeah.
Seen him a couple times at Rap Fest. I think that was one of the bigger ones that he liked to attend. I don't know if he was ever. Yeah, he was here at Kingdom Bound. He came here twice.
Yeah, that's what the director of Kingdom Bomb told me. He
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, he came to our show. I didn't even know that though."
Well, he wasn't like a headlining group like Switchfoot would be or Skillet,
Hmm.
Toby Mac. But he was part of the Christian hip hop stage that Mike Peace put together.
Oh,
Mike
Mike Peace
Peace.
put together. Oh,
Oh yeah, Mike Peace is on the board for Kingdom Bound. So anything that's
hmm.
Christian hip hop related, Donna, what's her last name again?
I think it
Come on.
started with an R. That's what I'm in. That's who I'm in contact with, Donna.
Yeah, Donna Rue. She goes by Donna Rue on her email or something like that. But why do I keep saying Rue though? And I know her real name. I know her real name, Russo, Donna Russo. She's an old affiliate of the Tabernacle. I used to go down there as a youth, down in Orchard Park. So, anyways, Donna Russo and Michael Peace, they're all part of the board for Kingdom Bound. So, anything that's Christian hip hop related, she's aware of stuff. She knows. She's on the phone with a million people every day, so she knows what's going on. But she passes things through Michael Peace, and he makes that final decision as to who's doing what.
Yeah,
So,
she been in a couple of our meetings.
Yep, good. Yeah, he's the man. He is the icon. He's the
Trying to get him to host it.
that'd be
one of
really
the
cool if
days.
you could.
Yeah,
You could. Yeah, that'd be really fun if you can do that.
I'm about to send him an email or something.
You should do it.
Most people don't respond to Messenger, which I understand.
You know, most people aren't on Facebook all the time. Some of the
Yeah.
older people, especially, and it's starting to dwindle. Actually, Facebook is kind of losing a lot of its followers and members. So, anyways, let's get back to your background a little bit more. You said your mother is supporting you in your music. You're coming out with new material. How long did you actually, or how many songs have you produced? Whether their quality is really great or really not that great. How many songs do you think you've recorded so far?
As far as that's unreleased or released,
Just in general, doesn't matter if it's released or unreleased.
so about maybe 60,
Nice.
and that's probably 40 unreleased.
Wow.
You got to think it 20 is probably like an album or something, a couple of singles or whatever.
That's
And
cool.
a lot of that stuff is like old, like it's my old flow. I got like a new flow, for people is gonna like. And I'm working with what was his name, Tyree. I don't know if you have you heard. I'm pretty sure you heard of We Make Hits from Buffalo.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, I'm working with the producer from there and whatever. That's where my new stuff gonna come from, because he made good beats, my type of beats. And
What local rappers are you kind of like gelling with right now? I know you said Constant Battle. He's like the big bro right now.
So what you mean, Jalen?
Just like, you kind of bounce ideas off of, sometimes you have a small group of people that you talk to. You say, hey, what do you think about this flow? What do you think about this line? You get ideas from each other. Who are you kind of vibing with right now?
I get a lot of just hit up different DJs in my network, like DJ MYK, just to see, and it's another group.
Who's MYK? Well, I've seen that before. Where's he from?
He's from I forgot where he's from. Like I think it's Wisconsin or something. But
Okay.
he gonna be the DJ for our event.
That's great.
Probably one of the DJs. I'm gonna get somebody from Buffalo too. I'm connected with another DJ.
Okay. Yeah, Henry T. He was very supportive coming to Fifth Fridays, but I mean, in his own right, he's been doing events for decades. So he's, to me, he's one of the top DJs in Buffalo. If not, top two. I can't say who's number one. I won't put that kind of a label on it, because everybody's got their own set of skills. But what's his name, Mr. Willie H? He's another one you want to look up. DJ Slack.
Willie H.
He goes by DJ Slack. But Willie H.
Slack, no lack. Yeah, that's what I'm connected with. That's what.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a good friend. He
I
came.
gotta call him today. Actually.
I've never had him do a Fifth Fridays event. I never had him, but he did come recording, because he was recording for Time Warner at the time. Time Warner Cable. He worked there, over in West Seneca, and he was recording shows, and he would put his gospel. What's that called? That
Gospel
show.
mix.
He did a show that has the gospel in it. You know what? I'm 50. I'm allowed to not have a great memory anymore.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
The gospel show or something like that. Gospel. Anyways, DJ Slack had a show on cable, like the networks, local. You know that you do all those local shows you can put on.
Mhm.
It was a nice studio he was in. He invited a lot of us to come through, and we did interviews, and he would do mixed shows, all kinds of stuff. Now he's
Dope.
doing it at home. But yeah, he's another DJ that's got a long history, probably longest out of anybody in this town as far as gospel music. So DJ Slack, DJ Henry T, now DJ Shad. I mean, this town is has got all kinds of levels at all age groups now.
Yeah, that's the only 3 Christian DJs I know.
Yep. I mean, really, there's most people don't want to play gospel music. They want to be in the club. They want to go down to Chippewa, and play and get their mixtapes on Mixcloud and all that stuff. But Christian hip hop is a lot bigger down south. Just obviously reasons because it's the Bible Belt. People are freer with being labeled a Christian. There's more churches involved in, doing events for youth.
Mhm.
So the thing is, what's funny is that hip hop is not just for the youth anymore, because people my age grew up with hip hop.
Yep.
So hip hop is for 60-year-olds, and under now. And it's the biggest genre in the world, really. It's one of the top selling of all time, and maybe country might be right behind it. Christian and hip hop in general is not that successful, but it's a niche market. Christian music is not even in the top 5 best selling music. So Christian hip hop, being even more specific genre, is not going to be a big seller as well. But people that are in music that come from hip hop, that get saved or come to the church for the first time, and they experience, oh wow, you could do this too. You know what I'm talking about. You go, you kind of have a worldly background. You come into a church, it says, oh, it's hip hop. It's probably whack, and they have real dope, blow your mind, and you're like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. So, and then it inspires the next generation of people that want to do music, Christian music, urban style. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes it's not always hip hop. Sometimes it's blues, jazz. It could be, even rock and skater punk or whatever.
Yeah.
Just it inspires you to want to create, whatever you are. So, so I'm excited to see that. Anything you want to add to all that? I know I'm kind of wordy.
No, that's pretty much covered everything that I could think of.
Cool. So right now you're raising a total of how much for this festival?
$40,000, $40,000.
Okay, and that's going to cover all your expenses, promotions, people to come out, stage. What else? What else are we covering?
So we got stage, sound, the promotion, radio, flyers.
Who are you doing the sound? Are you working with Kingdom Bound's audio tech team to be a part of that sound design, or what?
Oh, I never thought about that, but I was going to go to Inigo.
Okay. Because I know they have a lot of local producers of festivals and stuff here. Kingdom Bound actually hires people to do all that for them. So it's not like that's their team. They don't have a sound design team or a lighting design team. They hire, that out. So same concept. Their budget a little bigger though. But yeah, so that's great. So you're looking at 4K, and I was looking at the last post you put up. You're at about close to 900, maybe.
1,300.
All right, very cool.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
my fundraiser event and this month.
Oh, very nice. So your fundraiser last month, that was successful. That was a good event, right?
Yeah, it didn't have a lot of people, but it was something about the atmosphere, like this different. The music was great. Like we had a worship band from a church. We had a singer. We had 2 rappers, Constant Battle and Outport East, and a gospel singer. She sung like a acapella. Miss Joy, I don't know if you heard her. Joy Richardson, I believe her name is.
Hmm.
It was good. Got a couple winners. The funny thing, God provided everything that we needed for the event. Food, the donations. True Bethel even donated it. They see the vision and stuff like that.
Pastor Pridget,
Yep.
that's great. Listen, that's one thing I know that you're doing this by faith. I saw the progress. Um, because I was in school and I had my own event, it was very difficult for me to even have time to do anything else. So, but I saw what you were doing and I seen the faith that you have to do this. And to me, that's what it takes in
No.
order to do an event, especially if you're doing it for the kingdom of God. You have to have
Mhm.
faith. Otherwise, you just don't do anything,
Yeah.
you know. Or you do it for the world, and maybe the world give you a little success. But when you're doing things for God, usually you can't see anything until it happens.
Yep.
If you just like the Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come type of concept. And really, it's like if you build it, God's hands will come. I mean, He'll bring provision, He'll bring resources to you that you couldn't imagine.
Amen.
So
As soon as you need it,
that's
you'll be
right.
right on time. His time.
And I mean, I'm talking even in my event, the day before the event, things happen when I didn't know how I was going to do anything. Some of the payments for housing, some of the guests that come in town, honorariums or whatever, whatever it is that needed to be paid for. It was like almost the day of the event sometimes, or at least this year, a couple days before, provision was made. And I'm like, whoa, okay, God,
God.
I know I'm doing something right because you were making the way when I
Yep.
didn't have the way, and contrite here, but that is a song that's like God will make a way where there seems to be no way. It's a worship song that a lot of churches might sing, and
Yeah, I
that's the
think I
truth.
heard of it.
That is the truth, man. It's like God is so awesome when you do things to honor Him, and you do things by faith, by His instruction. Things just happen.
Amen to that.
So you testifying to what happened in your fundraising event is proof how God is in what you're doing. So just want to encourage you with that. And I'm on board. I got to see where I'm going to be in the next 6 months, because I do have a lot of other things that I have to do.
Yeah.
This is just kind of like entertainment purposes, doing a podcast during the day. Most people are working, so we can't get them on, but we'll have people watch this on the other platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter later. But I want to see what I can do with you for this event, whatever it is, and I can't promise anything right now, but as God gives me permission to do things, or if there's a need that I can provide, you just got to let me know what that need is first, and I'll let you know if that's possible.
Okay.
So, everything's possible with God. So,
Yeah, man.
I don't put limitations on anything. But if something happens where I'm not available or something, it is what it is. But right now in July during that weekend, I am open. I don't have anything.
I know I need a video crew.
I don't have any obligations. So so you want it to be recorded? You want it to be live? What kind of system? We'll talk about that in the future. But I mean, film industry in Buffalo is alive and well, so you got options. You know, and
my uncle, he does that type of stuff.
cool.
You ever heard of Renato Graham?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's my uncle. He does a lot of music stuff, so kind of does a little studio or whatever.
That's cool. So, all right. Anyways, Jason, any last final words you have to say before you go? If you have any requests, you want the people to, I got your website scrolling on the bottom right here, reachingtheunreachedfest.com. Any last words?
I appreciate you for allowing me to come on. Just connect, chat it up. It was a good time.
Cool. Yeah, we never met in person. We're always chatting back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of brushing you off because I'm always busy with school. But school's done, so my mind is free again to think about other things. So I do want to help, support, see where I can fit in, and we'll go from there. But Jason, POG, thanks for coming out. Thanks for joining in this call. I invited just a few people, and the two of you came on. So I want to thank Scott for coming on as well. And we'll get him on another time when connection is better. But this is your show today, I guess. It's all about you, about your event, and anybody wants to support, anybody wants to plug in. I see you have on your website, and you know what? I'm going to pull it up, see if I can put it on the screen. Give me 1 second. Reaching the unreached. Okay, there, I got it. I'm going to put it up on the screen so everybody can see this website. Just give me a second. All right, so Reaching the Unreached Fest. Got a nice little splash up there. Christian hip hop. AI the Anomaly is going to be one of the featured artists. She is definitely the queen here in Buffalo. And I see you got a login. Is that just for you and the admins, or
that's for members if they want to join?
Join what?
The membership.
Oh, okay. So you got a membership. Very cool. DJ Meek. Is that how you say it? MYK. Oh, it's not Meek. Okay. If I say Meek, he'll probably yell at me, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it's all on here.
Tickets are cheap right now. Got early bird tickets, but I'm not really promoting it because I want to get the venue first. And that'll be the next couple of weeks.
But you're looking to do it outside mostly.
Yep.
All right, so there are tickets between 15 to 35. Dates are July 15th through the 17th. I don't know why okay. Sometimes the screen kind of blanks out. All right, July 15th through the 17th. 4:30 p.m. each night. Probably wrapping up at 10 p.m.
Yeah, that's probably going to change the time.
Okay.
If we do it outside.
Right. Yeah, you might do it earlier on Saturday, maybe. Start at 11 a.m. Get more people in there. All right. Here's the flyer. And he's gonna update it as it develops. So Jason Graham is your host. So that's exciting, man. Looking forward to seeing what you got going at this festival. And I know it's gonna be fun. I hope you get Zonte. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him in the next couple of weeks.
I believe it.
Because you know that the collar check came in.
What? Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that opportunity and just get him. Cause he's really he anointed with his music.
Yep, got a good heart, man. I really like him. I featured him on Flavor Radio Network a couple times. That's gonna be revamped too. So as far as Christian hip hop world goes, I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna test the waters and see what's what. FlavorRadioNetwork.com. oneaccordDJs.com, christianrhythmic.com, and that's it. Those are the three major ones. And whatever else happens, we'll see what happens. Buffalo shout out. Who knows if I'm going to do a .com for that again? I don't know. But
That'd be dope.
right now, it's just Shawn P. Greene Show, which means that we talk about anything. There's no limits as far as the topic. So that gives you a broader audience. The other, the shout out is a very specific, Christian hip hop focus. But this show is really a broad show. That's why I just putting my name on it this time. But we'll get back to it. We're going to get you on a podcast, a show that I'll do for Flavor Radio, and go from there. Yeah. So we're going to just make this happen, man. So I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited to see what God's doing through you. And I'm excited to see what you decide to do in the future with yourself, even in school. Man. What are you taking in school, by the way?
Business and a major, and then a minor psychology.
So basically, how to manipulate people in the market is basically what you're going for. I'm just kidding. I know you're not. Mine was media study / minor in theater. So it's mostly the production side of things. Lighting, sound is really what my focus
it was music industry, but Houghton College, when I first went there, their music industry program was...
It's not music industry.
Iffy.
It's music. It's more worship orientated. Even though it would be a good little balance to have worship in your repertoire, that focus is really not about music industry at all. I know that for a fact because I've watched the students and talked to a lot of people from there. So music industry, you got to go to not Christian in general, but music industry is down in Nashville. You have, because that's Music City. So if you want to do anything music orientated, you want to up your game, you go to Nashville. Everything is there. All the labels, all the publishing companies, all the management, whatever you need, it's in Nashville. So Atlanta has a good size of group of people as well, but the focus of music is in Nashville. Don't get that twisted.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a chance, and I think it's called not Berkeley School of Music. I think that's what it might be called, or Beckley. I don't know. You can Google it. But one of the schools down there is specifically for singer-songwriters, producers, industry people. It's specific for that type of person. So if you ever want to even look online and check out some of their classes, courses that they take, they give out something to think about. So you say you're going to Villa Maria locally?
Yep.
All right. How's it going so far?
It's going all right. Just trying to get my classes together, just, pass or whatever. That's about to go.
Do you know who's really...
You broke up a little bit.
The smartest person in this town for music industry. You got some people have upped their game a bit, but constant battle. He's the one you want to talk to. He's done it all. He knows about music industry. So that's why I connected with him better in the very beginning, because he wasn't just an artist, but he was a music business minded person. Again? I think Jason froze on me. Okay. Anyways, maybe it's too much for this website to be on while he's on. Anyways, thank you, Jason, for coming on. This is Shawn P. Greene. I probably would just close this out. I want to thank you for being a part of it. I see you there. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay.
It was low
okay.
and funny.
You know what? It's probably because my computer. I had your website on, and the flash might have ate up some of the bandwidth. But regardless, just thank you for coming on. We had a good talk, good conversation, good base to kind of continue on our conversations about your event. But again, I just want to reiterate, Constant Battle, aka Maurice A. Howard, which he doesn't like people knowing about his government name too much, is one of the smartest people I've ever met, especially in Buffalo when it comes to the music industry. So you want to get your knowledge from this dude.
Yeah.
Just reap the knowledge. So I just got your text. So, and that's it. That's all I got to say, man. I mean, I try to know everything I can about entertainment in general. Just everything
Yeah.
about entertainment. You know, what doesn't matter if it's film, TV, music. I'm all about knowing all the ins and outs of entertainment, and that's where I stand. So, and we're going to increase the value of this podcast too as I add things to it. I've already bought equipment and I haven't implemented anything yet. So little by little, you're gonna see a change in how this is gonna look. I'm coming for Joe Rogan. That's what it is. I'm taking him down. I'm gonna take his spot on Spotify. Wishful thinking. So, anyways, Jason, thanks again for joining. We'll talk later, and we'll close this out. Have a good day. Reaching the Unreached Fest.
Man.
Make sure you check him out, man. Jason Graham.
Yeah.
And you
God
got
bless
Facebook.
you, brother.
You got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. What's your tags for all that?
For my business or my personal?
Whatever one you want to advertise.
Unreached Fest 2022 on all social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and
Right
then
on.
email info@unreachedfest.com. And I appreciate you having me on here, man.
Oh, I'm excited to have you finally have a good conversation with you. It's just we got a lot to do. You know, we got more kingdom building. We're getting out of this pandemic, and we're going to it again this 2022. So I'm ready for it.
Big facts.
All right, buddy. God bless, man.
You have a blessed one, man.
You too.
God bless you.
So that's it. It's today's show. I mean, that's hour and a half already. That's enough. In my humble abode here. I don't know why my hands are disappearing. I kind of feel like I'm in that Back to the Future pictures. You know what I mean? Like Marty did something wrong in the future, and now I'm being erased by my picture. What's happening? Okay, enough of that. Anyways, thank you for watching. I had some great guests. We're going to bring Scott Galbraith back someday soon on a better connection on his end. Jason Graham, aka POG, the rapper here in Buffalo that is putting off Reaching the Unreached Fest here in July. If you want to be part of that, make sure you go to his website. In the meantime, you're watching my new show. Excuse me, I need a burp button or something. I just don't have one of those yet. Watching my show that is really about everybody else. And I might highlight some things in my past to show maybe a little credibility in the industry or whatever. That this isn't a show about me. It's my show about everybody else and how I can relate to them in whatever area they're in. So, you know, Christian entertainment in general is kind of like the vibe, but I am not limited to those topics. Although that's probably will be a majority of my guests over the course of the next couple of years, at least a couple of weeks. So, so this is day 2, coming back finally. Let people know, ShawnPGreene.com. We're going to put a little advertisement on there so people can watch it. You can go to ShawnPGreene.com/podcasts, and you'll see a link that shows the playlist of the YouTube, you know, all the YouTube Shawn P. Greene broadcasts with former guests I've had. I mean, I had a couple of guests before. It was a trial basis to see what I'm going to do with this. And I still don't know what I'm going to do with this, but you can always leave a message. This is my Google voice message phone line. Leave a message. We can play it back in another date, or you can text me here. You can call me there when I'm live, and nobody's reported to jump on yet. But you're welcome to jump on anytime to see what's what. Which one do I got up here? That's, okay, Shawn P. Greene. Nope, I got nothing on my desktop. That's it. All right, sorry, I'm just kind of playing with my device here. So anytime you want to come on, just let me know. We can invite you into the StreamYard broadcast via Facebook Messenger post, or you can call the voice, Google Voice. I'll text it to you. You can text me things. You can chat in YouTube, chat on Twitter, chat on Twitch. You can do a little messaging. I think YouTube might be the only one that's a chat orientated platform. But go to YouTube, type in whatever you want to type in for a comment. What else can I say? This should be my background, but it's not. Sorry, just give me a second here. I have a background. That's my background. But it also has, okay, I got it. See, I'm learning. Be patient with me. So anytime you want to come on, just let me know. Call, email. I mean, I really don't look at the email as much for the show. It's mostly Google Voice and YouTube's comment section. That's it. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want you to follow me for someday. I'm going to get back into this, maybe tomorrow. American Truck Simulator, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you follow me there, that might be a Facebook Live and YouTube Live event only. Maybe a second platform. I'm sorry, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube event that I'll probably do sometime. I'm also, just so you guys know, I'm part of Christian Film Festival. We're going to do that in August. I do a Christian fantasy sports leagues, and I got tons of them. I can't, so many of them. But you can look it up on God Chaser Sports is what I call it. You look it on YouTube, look it on Facebook, all that stuff. gcsports2000.wordpress.com. That's it. It's the main page. I'll put a link on ShawnPGreene.com so everybody can see all that. I don't know what else I got to say. There's a lot of events going on here in Buffalo. There's a lot of films going on here in Buffalo. I'm going to participate in a couple of them as extras, lead roles, featured extras, whatever opportunity opens up. I'm going to be a part of that. Also going to do some sound because I'm a sound engineer as well now. And maybe lighting, who knows? Maybe be a gaffer. I'm not an electrician, but that's something I can learn. Whatever. If you need me as a PA in your project, you can always hire me, contact me. Any of these platforms. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, ShawnPGreene.com is the platform. I also got a TikTok now, which I don't know how I'm going to manage that. I think I need a producer. I need somebody on that's good at TikTok to help me produce some videos. So I can also edit, but that's not something that's the most enjoyable function that I have. So thank you for watching. I'll be back here 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, God willing. I have no other plans to do this at 10 a.m. every morning, Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Unless something happens, Monday through Friday. And the weekends, I might do something Sunday nights, but it's not going to be ShawnPGreene.com. It's going to be something else. So, all right, keep it locked. ShawnPGreene.com. This is it, man. This is what it's all about. ShawnPGreene.com. Shawn P. Greene Show. Keep it locked. Shawn P. Greene Show. Shawn P. Greene Show. The Shawn P. Greene Show.